Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We are in Tranquil Waters by Stevie. Oh, and what a glorious day it is. And you know, I screwed up, but we'll talk about that in a second. That should not surprise anyone at this point, but I did screw up. But anyways, welcome one and all. Happy Thursday. Oddly enough, what is Thursday? Thursday. You know, I was thinking when I was recording this, Thursday, I can't remember what Thursdays are. And then it came to me. Thursdays are Throwback Thursdays, or what we typically do now, right now at least, we are doing Traveling Contractor Series. We're supposed to be in Italy. We did Land of Italy last Thursday. This Thursday, we were supposed to do Italia Emilia by Edomod, who also did, or was part modder, part collaboration, I should say, was a collaborator in the Land of Italy with Sukas Farmer. Where is our header? Oh no, I just noticed our header's missing. It was not missing, by the way, when I saved the game. I'm pretty sure it wasn't missing when I saved the game last time. I honestly have no idea where it is. Well, it doesn't really matter, because we're going to do something a little bit different. Why aren't we doing Throwback Thursday or Traveling Contractor Series? Because I forgot. I didn't have it planned. I didn't have it ready. And I sat down, and I'm ready to record Tranquil Waters. And it dawned on me. I stopped the recording. I looked at my the calendar, and I'm like, oh, dang it. And it's late. So we're going with this. We're going to do a Tranquil Waters episode. In fact, we're probably going to do today and Friday. So Thursday and Friday is going to be Tranquil Waters. And I think what we'll plan on doing is for Saturday or Sunday, well, over the weekend, we'll catch up with the Traveling Contractor Series. We'll get out to Italia Emilia. I honestly do have something nice planned for that, so we will get to that. I'm a little thrown off, though, at the moment by the fact that our header is MIA. But I thought we'd try something different anyways. I kind of thought instead of doing the typical farming, plowing, mulching, making money stuff, you know, what the game is meant for, we would just do a call-in show. And I'm just going to open the lines up. You all can call in. Ask me any question you want. It can be about the game. It can be about maybe my personal life. I'm open. You know, I'm open. I'm not a shy person in that regards. It can be about PCs. Let's talk computers. That's my daily gig. So let's talk tech. In fact, you can call me the tech guy. I think that title's taken already. Anyways, that's kind of what I have in mind. So let me go ahead and get things ready here. See who we have on the line. We've got a little problem. There's nobody waiting on the line. Okay, well, all right. I'm willing to go with the flow. Instead of taking a call, I guess we'll do some farming. You know, why not? That's a fallback. So yeah, I won't be apparently taking calls as of yet. If I do get a call, I will let you all know. We'll bring the person on here, and I'll answer whatever questions they might have, you know. Dr. Ruth, I can Dr. Ruth it, no doubt. I would highly recommend you do not take any of my suggestions if I'm doing the Dr. Ruth thing. Some of you may not even know who Dr. Ruth is, but if you do, you know what I'm talking about. So we left with a few things undone, and one thing we need to get done here is we need to get our soybeans. We need to get these dropped off to the piggy food maker. So let's just get that out of the way straight away. I do hope you're all having a good week. I hope you're having a better week than I am. At least a less confusing week than I am. Oh. Stop right there, Brad. Do we want to just give it all to this thing here? Does it matter? Or do we want to share? Do we want to share? I don't know if we even want to share. Soybeans, wheat, Sugar beets. I don't think it matters wherever we go to put this. We're going to need more product to get it done. Soybeans. No, that's cornbread. Wait, does this not take? Oh, this one doesn't take. Oh, it does take soybeans, Brad. What are you talking about, man? I just don't see it. Why am I missing soybeans? Wheat. Barley, sorry. Soybeans, barley. Let's toss it in this one. This one's a little less needy at the moment. I don't know if it'll take it all, but we'll toss whatever soybeans we can get into this piggy maker. Oh, didn't fit anyways. Didn't fit at all, at least. I thought we had some. I thought we had some wheat sitting around, gathering dust, but maybe not. Maybe not. I kind of thought we did. Yeah, there's 65,000 liters of wheat in this bad mamba jamba right here. So let's do that. Let's take some wheat from this thing and put it in for the pigs. Where's our thingy at here? So yeah, it's been an odd wheat. Oh, there's wheat in there already, dude. You got wheat, Brad. Well, we'll put some more. We'll put some more in there. Oh boy, I'm clearly not prepared. I try to cover it up by just talking, and that does not work oftentimes. All right, let's throw some more wheat into the. Oh, you're gonna hit the silo, Brad. All right, there you go. We'll throw some more wheat in here. This will probably fill up our wheat capacity. Beauty. So we have cotton. That's our last harvest. We've done our soybeans. What was the other thing we harvested this month? I am so lost. We did soybeans. Oh, we started with corn, didn't we? So we've done corn, we've done soybeans, and now we're on to cotton. And once we knock the cotton out, bold move, cotton. We can move on to doing whatever it is we need to do. When can we plant wheat? Now I feel like I got a hankering for wheat. We can actually plant wheat today. Yes, this month, winter wheat. The unfortunate part about that is we won't be able to harvest it until July. Maybe we should do that instead of the hops, but if we do that instead of the hops, then we can't get our canola planted the way I had planned. Or was it sorghum? Where's sorghum? I had planned, yeah, all right, let's just wait. We're going to stick to the plan. There we go. So this is our cotton harvester. I grabbed the old, what is this? Is this the Colossus? I think it is. And we've got the old 4755. And we've got this brand new, just released in the in-game mod hub, actually. I was kind of glad it was. It fit, timing was perfect. It's that John Deere 1275 that I think I mentioned the last time. This guy right here. We went with the extension, but it was cheap. Look at that, 10 grand. I mean, come on, right? And then the reason why I went with the Lizard Colossus, if I'm not mistaken, that's what its official title is. Or maybe I am mistaken. Is it not the Lizard Colossus? Maybe it's the Titan? Am I just calling? No, it's this. Okay. It was price. It was all about price. Because if you look at the other cotton harvesters, like I wanted to do this one, but leasing this one, well, yeah, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. This was like 50 grand to lease. And these weren't any cheaper because you got to get the headers separately. This was expensive, but these were just priced in our range, to put it quite bluntly. because they come with the head. You get the idea. It was like 15 grand. Whoops. So I was able to afford leasing that cotton harvester and that trailer, and that left us 15,000 plus a change in our bank account, which worked out brilliantly for us. Oh yeah, we do need to finish picking up our straw windrows. I've been using Courseplay to do this. This thing holds 200,000 liters, I believe, and we've gotten 3 trailer loads out of it so far. So it's on its 4th trailer load. Just in case you were wondering how much straw we got off of this field, we're at 600,000 liters plus whatever we get for the leftover here. But we're gonna let Courseplay finish checking our driver. Finish this field for us. We need to I don't know where that head is. That's really disturbing. But we need to get busy on the corn. I have no idea how much money we're gonna make on this corn. I'm sorry, cotton. I really have no concept. Cotton, I just never have a clue what to expect for cash. Let's fire this puppy up. Let's get after it. It's a 40 mile an hour. It's a 40 mile an hour. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's 40 miles an hour. I don't know what else to say about it. Other than that, I mean, what else can you say about it? It's a cotton harvester and it goes 40 miles an hour. So I can't even fathom what that would look like in real life. It would be a lot of fun, I think, to see it. I can't even fathom. This is why I love Farming Simulator. This is why I love the modding community in Farming Simulator. Because you've got the modders who are the more realistic modders. You know, they're out there modeling real things in the world. You know, being really specific about the horsepower and the dimensions, the interior knobs and gadgets, making sure that everything is as accurate as could possibly be, you know, and just taking a lot of pride in just nailing that mod perfectly. Then you've got this. And you've got a modder who's like, I like cotton, but I don't like cotton enough to do it at 6 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? I think we have. I could be wrong about this, but I think we got. Yeah, we do. Oh, I have no idea. This is probably not going to work well for me, is it? It's at some funky angle. I'm going to have to do the, whatchamacallit. Is it a direction? Is that what I can do? Yeah. That worked. Just lock it in and go, Brad. Lock it in and go. Now we can not worry about my driving skills and just enjoy what is... Wait, 23? That seems not right. I mean, it's plenty fast enough. Oh, maybe it's 40 on the road. Is it 40 on the road and 23 harvest? Maybe that's what it is. Hold on a second. Let's check out the specs one more time on this puppy. I don't want to give away any speed if I don't have to. Yeah, 23 miles an hour. Oh, that's kind of funny. That one's 23. That one's 22 miles an hour. This is unrealistic. That one's not. Am I looking at the right stinking thing? 22... 6 meter wide. Is that 40 miles an hour? 8 miles an hour. It is supposed to be 40 miles an hour. I wonder... You know what I bet I did? I think I know what I did. Well, we're okay with it. No. You all know what I'm doing wrong. I think we should be getting 40 out of it, though. Because that's road speed. So road speed is 23. So it actually goes slower when it's not harvesting. Right? And working speed is 6 miles per hour. This one's working speed is supposed to be 4. No, at least the right one, too. I don't know why we're not getting 40. Is it the hill? And that's not kilometers, right? That was mph. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, get out. Come on, Brad. There you go, buddy. You're going to kill it, man. You're going to kill it. I don't know. I wonder if it's the working speed mod that's confusing it and actually slowing it down. Not that 23 is bad, but I thought it was a 40 mile an hour working speed. Like I said, either way, it'll get the job done. It's not, I don't think we have anything to worry about. Oh, are we going to get our first bale? Oh, we're getting our first bale. Look how cute it is. I'll do auto drop on it. Nice. Well, we should get at least, what, 4 bales out of this map then? We only went around one time. Maybe half a dozen bales? I'm just so lost when it comes to cotton volume. I have no concept of what to expect from cotton fields. I just haven't done enough of it. You know, it's kind of part of the issue too, I guess. I haven't harvested enough cotton to give myself a true feeling of what to expect. But yeah, I think 23 miles an hour, that's not bad. I think I'm looking at it properly. I think it should be 40. The only thing I can think of is I've got that working speed mod installed and activated, and maybe that is actually slowing this thing down. Because I'm certain I leased it, so we can't make any changes. But I'm pretty certain I selected 40 when I leased it for the speed. I look very happy inside there. By the way, it is the 7000, the Colossus 7000. What is happening, Brad? Where are you going? What are you doing? I don't even know. Let's lock. Oh, I wasn't locked in. I guess that was the problem. I'm sitting here looking at how happy I am driving off to the road. And I complain about the AI. What gives me the right to complain about how bad the hired help is in this game when I drive like that? Let's see if we can just do a quick turnaround here. Alright, get locked in this time so you're not losing your mind here. Beauty. So yeah, it's been a confusing week. I apologize for the mishap with our normal Thursday schedule, but like I said, we'll get it fixed and get it straightened out and get back on track. Never look back, always move forward, I guess they say, whoever they are. It is a pretty looking cotton harvester though, isn't it? And I went stock colors as well because, again, cost. It was going to add like $50,000-$60,000 to the price to make it a John Deere or a case or something. And I'm like, no, nah, we don't need that, you know. I mean, if we ended up, maybe one day, if we end up buying one of these things, at that point, maybe we can tweak it out a bit more, get some fancy lights. I don't even think I put on, yeah, I didn't even put on like beacons or, this is base model Hyundai, I don't know why I picked Hyundai, but base model Gigi right here. What was the name of that Yugoslavian car? It was the Yugo, right? Yeah. I think it was the Yugo. Do any of you remember the Yugo? That thing was epic. I actually had a friend that owned one. Not for long, but owned one. He and I remember I think it was our senior year. I must have been around our senior year in high school. What are you doing? And why are you up there? Like, hold on a second. That's not ejecting. That doesn't look right. I don't think that's right, kids. Uh-oh. And it's like the bail. Oh, no, I don't want you. I want the bail. There you go. Yeah, that did not go well. Something happened that wasn't right. Where's automatic drop? Turn on automatic drop. It was on. Sorry. No. Forward gear. But yeah, the Yugo. He had a Yugo. Bought it brand new because there were no used ones. At least not that you could drive away from the car dealer with. So he bought this Yugo. It was red, classic Yugo red. I think they had a classic Yugo red, and loved it. Loved it for like the first year. And I remember a few things happened. Man, I cannot get this together today. A few things happened with that car that were unfortunate. We were out in a big field. I don't know what we were doing. Probably doing our hoodlum thing, you know. We were in some kind of weird little marching band gang. Actually, I wasn't in marching band, so it was probably like a regular band game. I'll tell you what, when band people get together, you might think that us band geeks were innocent little puppies, but I'll tell you, you get a group of 4 or 5 of us together, look out. Just look out. So we were in this field. That's all I can remember. We might have been hitting golf balls or something, now that I think about it. Something like that. I had a BB gun. And I had brought my BB gun because a buddy of mine also brought his. It was a BB gun. It might have been a pellet gun. Or both. It might have been one of those, you know, where you could shoot either BBs or pellets. And my mom, I was lucky that way. My mom, being from Kentucky, basically believed that I should be able to know how to shoot some type of firearm before kindergarten. So I don't know if that's true or not because she's from Kentucky, but my mom was pretty bad to the bone. She used to sit out I don't know if I should tell this story. I'll go light. I'll tell it the light version. She used to sit out on our deck and let's just say protect our garden with her pellet gun. and it was a pretty decent pellet. It was a Crossman, if I remember right. The branding was a Crossman. I can't believe I remembered that. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. I don't know how I remembered that. So anyways, had a scope too. It's pretty nice. And so we were out in this field and doing what we were doing, and eventually we got to shooting our BB pellet guns, and the cars were on the other side of the field. And I feel bad to this day, I really do, but I'm like, I'm gonna take a shot at your Yugo and see if I can get it. You know, this was after he had owned it for like a year or so, so it wasn't like brand new. It was still his baby, but it was old enough now to where it had gotten a little bit of, you know, dent and scratch. Let's see if this thing will let go if I slow down this time. That's better. Okay. So I took a shot, and sure enough, man, and I still remember, I can actually see that car and see that shot to this day. I aimed the gun, the pellet gun, the BB gun. I can't remember which one. I'm just gonna say the BB gun. I aimed the BB gun a good, I mean, 4 feet, 6 feet maybe over where I was aiming it, because we were quite a distance away, thinking that there's just no way I'm gonna hit that stinking Yugo. Took the shot, and like there was like a, it feels like there was like a 2-second pause, like a 2-second delay. It might have not been quite that long, maybe it was more, I don't know. But we were all just sitting there. I took the shot. I remember him laughing and just about to say, "You suck, you missed." And we heard the sound of glass shattering, and I took out his driver's side window. And I just remember the look on his face of just sadness. But he gave me the green light, and he was really cool about it. I think we actually split the cost of it or something to get it replaced, but yeah, he gave me the green light, so I went for it. Needless to say, nobody else was shot at his car anymore that day, that's for sure. I had a 1978 Dodge Colt Vista. I think that's what it was called, a Colt Vista. Maybe not Vista. It was a Colt either way. 1978 Dodge Colt. Old school Dodge Colt. That thing ran and ran and ran and ran. It finally kind of started giving up the ghost when every time I would drive over railroad tracks, it would pop out of gear and go either to neutral. I think it just popped into neutral every time I ran over railroad tracks or something pretty bumpy. And I got used to it. It's no big deal, right? But anyways, eventually his Yugo started taking a turn for the worse. It got like 20,000 miles on it, and everything started falling apart on this thing. And one day, we were at my buddy Matt's house. He was kind of our mechanic, our high school mechanic. He was actually going to be, I think that's even what he kind of wanted to be. He eventually didn't become a mechanic because it hurt his back and he hated it. So he became a civil engineer, I think, instead. Yeah, he is a civil engineer. I don't know why I said I think, but anyways, we're at my buddy Matt's house, and he's doing my buddy Mark's, who owns the Yugo, is doing an oil change on his Yugo. And he gets done with the oil change. I remember that being fairly uneventful, but not the rest of it. So he gets done with the oil change. And of course, you know how when you finish your oil change, you start the car, you watch your oil pressure gauge, to make sure that it builds up pressure pretty quickly, because obviously you need oil pressure. Sometimes it just takes a second or two, but it goes, you know, it goes. Well, he's in the car starting it. Me and my buddy Matt are outside at the front of the Yugo, just kind of, you know, chatting, just looking at the engine, whatever. He fires up the car, and almost immediately the oil dipstick shoots out of the the dipstick holder, the dipstick tube. It fires out of that thing, and I mean, it's not like a chunk, it's like a pew, like a shot. And we my buddy Matt instantly fell on the ground laughing so hard. I'm watching it in the air, because at this point I'm concerned where it's going to come down, you know, because I can just see being killed, you know, the newspapers, you know, high school student, senior year, ready to graduate, has his whole life ahead of him, going on to be a music major and do all this stuff that we all aspire to do in our lives when we're 18. I think I was 17, actually. It's whatever, 17, 18 years old. You've got your whole life in front of you. Killed by a Yugo dipstick piercing his skull. That's what that entire thing went through my head. Fortunately, it shot up, and it kind of hit. I don't remember the angles specifically, but it must have kind of tagged the hood a little bit, because it didn't go straight up in the air. It kind of did a kind of an angled shot up, and landed over in the backyard, his backyard. I think it actually cleared the house. I think it went over the roof of the house and landed in his backyard. And I was just so amazed at that. And my buddy Matt, I think he is just dying the whole time, laughing so hard. Mark, the owner of the Yugo, didn't see what happened, because he's in the Yugo, and I think the hood, see, I can't remember on those stinking Yugos if the hood opened normally or if it opened, you know, from the front. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of the opposite hinging. I can't remember, but he didn't see it. Either way, he didn't notice that the dipstick went flying. And and he's just sitting there, you know, just looking straight. I think because he was just, you know, looking straight down at his oil pressure gauge. But eventually, he notices, he hears us, Matt's laughing, he hears me. I think I'm at that point, I'm laughing pretty hard, because I realize I'm not going to die that day. And sure, uh-oh. We got a roller. So we went, found the dipstick. He actually, I don't think he really lost much, if any, oil. I don't recall any oil coming out of the dipstick tube. I just remember, and I think after that whole thing, and we found his dipstick, we put it back in. I can't remember if it seemed like, I don't know if it was right then and there, or if at some point, I do remember at some point he had to strap it down somehow. Like he had to, I don't know if he, oh, that's right. It's coming back to me. So we got the dipstick back in, everything was fine, but it happened again when he was driving, or at school. The hood was closed, so all he heard was this, you know, metal to metal sound of the dipstick hitting the underside of the hood. So I think what he ended up doing, because the car was falling apart, that wasn't the only thing going on with this thing. I think it had a coolant leak, and the radio didn't work anymore, and I don't know, there was all kinds of stuff going wrong with this Yugo. So I think what he ended up doing was just taking some, I want to say either RTV sealant. I think he went a little more hardcore than that. I think he might have used like liquid, what's that stuff called? Liquid cement, or that stuff that you can bond steel and whatnot with. He ended up sealing the dipstick to the tube, like, so it would never come out again. That was his fix. He's like, screw it. At this point, I'm just going to epoxy or whatever the dipstick to the tube, and I'm sure there were 100 ways better to do it than what he did, but we didn't care. He didn't care. It made a fun story. Never, the tube never shot out again, but I'm pretty confident that the Yugo eventually just died on the side of the road somewhere, and that's where it got left. So I'm guessing eventually, over the past X amount of years, which I'm not going to state, it eventually got, oh, come on, really, man? It got picked up, I'm sure. It would be hilarious if it was still there. I'm certain it's not, but it ended up in a landfill, you know, somewhere with the rest of the Yugos, and I don't remember what it cost. It seems to me like a brand new Yugo, and I don't even know if you could get options for it, like if you could get a Yugo Deluxe. I don't know, but it seems like, because it was touted as being, you know, the cheapest new car you could buy. I think it was like $2,000, $2,500 or something like that, brand new. Now, I don't know what that would be in today's money, but it was stinking cheap. You know, even for the 1980s, it was super cheap. And you know what? Maybe it was a good value. You know, I mean, he drove it worry-free for like 8 months. And that's when things started to go wrong. I don't even remember. I don't remember if it even came with a warranty. It might have come with a 90-day. I don't know. Can you imagine even being a Yugo salesman or sales lady? That would be... I have to believe that would have been the epitome of the worst job in the world. I don't know. It's just... I can't imagine. I honestly, I can't imagine. You're working on a Yugo car lot. Now I'm guessing, and see, I just don't remember very well if they had Yugo car lots, or if it was one of these deals where the Yugos were sold along with like Pontiacs. I don't know. They were probably sold at Kmart. I don't know, man. It wouldn't surprise me if they were like in the JCPenney catalog. They used to sell houses out of the JCPenney catalog. That freaked me out. Oh, no, the Sears catalog. Yeah, that's right. It was Sears. Who knows? JCPenney's might have as well. But that caught me off guard. I remember watching Boardwalk Empire. And one of the main characters on there, that the FBI agent that broke bad and kind of went evil, built a Sears house. Oh, see, that's not good. That's not good. And I remember looking that up and going, holy cow, you could actually buy a full-blown house out of a Sears catalog. That must have been like the first modular home ever. It was like a kit house, I think, is what I could gather from it. I don't know if any of you are familiar with something like that or not, but that's what I could gather from it, because he talks about it on the show. Like, his wife just unloads on the guy because he never really finished, I guess, everything from the house or something. I don't know, but anyways, it wouldn't surprise me if these Yugos were sold out of a catalog, or maybe even at a Kmart. Montgomery Ward's, maybe Montgomery Ward stocked Yugos. I don't know if any of you find, I don't know, I just find it incredibly funny how bad a product can be. Just so bad. And how was it legal? Like, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been safe. I can't even fathom that it was safe. But, you know, back in the 80s even, you know, we were still, you know, eating lead paint and driving our bicycles without helmets. You know, I mean, we were still playing with lawn jarts. That'll tell you something right there. We were a different breed, man. You know, I mean, when you go down to the old Christmas tree Christmas morning and you're opening your presents from Santa, and half of them can kill you. They're toys that can kill you. You know that you are old school. That's all, man. That's all I can say. My kids don't know how good they have it. Every toy they ever got for Christmas, they probably could have eaten and it wouldn't have killed them. There was nothing that I can even imagine that they ever got for Christmas that could have killed them. Maybe killed some of their brain cells, but certainly not, you know, kill. For me, I mean, I know that, you know, I know Tin Man. I know that you and I have talked about some old school stuff. TVG, I think, I don't know how old you are, buddy, but I know that you and I have talked some old school stuff. And Farmer Joe, I'm pretty sure you're in that ballpark. Maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of gather you're in that ballpark. And those lawn jarts, we had a set. I don't know if I got them for Christmas or if they were like one of those for the kids' gifts or whatever. But those things, I don't know if there's any statistics, but I can't think of a more dangerous toy. Yeah, there's something not right with this. I can't think of a more dangerous toy. Oh, stop it. Than lawn jarts. I'm sure they're out there. You know, I mean, me running around with a pellet gun isn't exactly probably the safest gig in the world either, but at least with the pellet gun, you know, at least I used some sense. You know, you're shooting at a target where nobody's standing at the target. I should probably move that, this is going to go strolling off into the street there and probably hit a Yugo. But, yeah, I mean, there's some sense there, but with lawn jarts, I don't know how you all played, but it was like playing cornhole. You ever play the cornhole? No, don't get nasty now. It's the cornhole game, you know, the beanbag toss game. Or horseshoes, even, right? People on both ends. That's how we played lawn darts. And these stinking lawn darts, it cracks me. And they weren't, obviously, and if you're familiar with lawn darts, you know, they weren't sharp. You know, we weren't sitting there at a grinding stone putting a fine tip on the end of the lawn darts, which I'm sure people did. But still, they weighed. I mean, that was solid steel mass tip. That was no joke. And that was even if you played it legally, like the right way. And as kids, you might play it the right way for like the first few days, but inevitably you're going to stop playing it the right way. And you're going to start doing things like who can throw the lawn dart. Was it lawn dart or lawn jart? See, now I'm starting to question myself on the DJ thing. I don't know if it was lawn darts or for some reason jarts come to mind, but I'm thinking maybe there was a brand name thing going on there or something. Anyways, I'm going to keep calling them lawn darts. But eventually you get to a point where you're like, okay, this is kind of getting boring playing the right way. Because, you know, you had those plastic hoops and, you know, I don't know how far apart they were. What, 30 feet, 40 feet? I don't know. Just those round plastic hoops, like a hula hoop looking thing, but smaller. And eventually that got boring, you know. And then you started doing things like who can throw the lawn dart highest in the air? Who can throw it the furthest? Who can catch it? Like a pop fly. I'm almost certain. I don't know if I seem, maybe I don't remember very well because maybe I got hit and got a concussion from one. I don't know. But I think we played pop flies with them. I mean, can you imagine as a parent, just, you're sitting inside, you're watching the baseball game, or maybe mom's checking out, you know, the baseball game, who knows, and you look outside, your kids are taking the lawn darts and just throwing them in the air while trying to catch them as they come down. And just going, oh, look, Dan, look how much fun the kids are having. It's horrifying. Oh, but so much fun. Why can't I grab you? No, shoot. Stay there. There you go. I think the stupidest thing I can remember doing, though, that was pretty sketchy, and I'm so thankful to our creator, even today, that I didn't really hurt my friend. Because it was really stupid. And we did it once. Well, we did it a few times, but we had one close call. And when we had the close call, that was it. We were doing the throw the pop can in the air and shoot it with the pellet gun or BB gun, whichever it was. And everything was going fine. Now, we lived at the time with this whole scenario. We lived on a lake, and I know that sounds like, ooh, you lived on a lake. It wasn't like that, but we did live on a lake. So we had we had space, and we also weren't concerned about hitting a neighbor behind the house, is what I'm getting at. And anyways, we were throwing the can, pinging the can with the gun. I don't think I ever hit it. I don't even think my friend ever hit it. But you know what I'm gonna say. One time, he tossed the can in the air, and I think the wind, something happened where the trajectory of the can came down, and instead of me taking a shot while it was still fairly high in the air, I took a shot when it was like head level. And I missed the can, but I think I barely missed my friend. And I think I can remember us just looking at each other going, wow, this is stupid, and we stopped. But I'm amazed sometimes that we survive childhood. I'm sure some of you have your own stories of, you know, surviving childhood and being surprised that we did. I remember when when I had my first kid, my first son, that how just, you're just like super careful and, and all this stuff. And my mom would always just reassure me. She's like, trust me, if you guys didn't, become very damaged, you're not going to hurt this kid. Because kids are durable. Kids are stinking durable. And fortunately, I guess, for all of us, we are durable when we're that age. And then you hit the mid-years and the later years, and that durability goes out and your body becomes like a Yugo, and you blow your oil dipstick, and it never works right again. So there you go. That's the way life is, I guess. But anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go. I need to wrap this up. It's late, and I gotta get to school early tomorrow. I gotta get to work, but thanks all for joining me and for putting up with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. I'd sure appreciate it. As always, thanks everyone for continuing to stick with me and hopefully enjoy the content. I love hearing from you. And be safe. Have a great Thursday. Watch out for those lawn darts. I think they're jarts. I'm going to look that up afterwards. I feel like Jart, J-A-R-T, might have been the brand name. And then we just called them lawn darts, I think. Something like that. Take care of yourselves. Make sure you take care of each other. Don't throw lawn darts at each other. I think they ended up coming out with plastic tip ones, if I remember right. Somebody finally, I think probably some ER doctor, got tired of, stitching people up, and we're like, hey, this isn't right. And I know eventually, I think they switched to the plastic. No, was it the plastic tip, or they ended up coming out too with weighted round, like half moon tips, or like round tips that, might hurt a little bit but would not pierce your body. That might be what I'm thinking of. But yeah, be careful with those. Anyways, I'll see you back here on Friday on Tranquil Waters, and we'll continue our journey onward and upward. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.